Hello, Ray Phoenix here, and this is X-Men Reign of Apocalypse for the Game Boy Advance. Because of some stupid BIOS error glitch thing in the emulator, this game has no sound at all, but you don't really need sound to enjoy this game. This game's pretty fun. The sound probably sucks anyways, so I'll make my own sounds. Save okay. What the? Professor, anyone come in here? I can't do voice acting, so I'm not even going to try. So you see, we're in some freaky looking mansion thing. It looks like something out of Dr. Seuss's Worst Nightmare. Pow, wham, slash, hit. Yeah, pow, wham, slash. Kill off these sentinels. Pass, flish, hit, pow, pow, wham, wham, slash, squash, flish. Okay, I'm done making my sound effects. This looks like some weird, freaky, post-apocalyptic mansion-type place. Like I said, something that appeared in Dr. Seuss's Worst Nightmare. So yes, this game really captures well what X-Men so to speak. It's an ultimate action game, really. That's about battling and fighting off Apocalypse's men and alternate versions of Marvel characters and mostly X-Men characters. There are some alternate versions of Marvel characters you fight. You fight a lot of Sentinels and other weird, deranged, demented, messed up enemies. And this game is a lot like the arcade. I imagine it's a lot like that. I never actually played it, but I imagine it'd be like that X-Men arcade game from the 90s, which never got ported on any systems that were around at the time. Even stuff like Sega Genesis and SNES, even all the newer systems now, that never got ported to them. This is the closest thing you could get to it on anything that's not an arcade machine. Is this version on the Game Boy, this game on the Game Boy Advance is the closest you'll ever get to that. See the head of a Sentinel, a destroyed head of a Sentinel in the background. It looks like it crashed into this building. I think it's supposed to be like Xavier's mansion, I think, in some alternate universe. Because that's what the game's about, really. It's about going to some kind of alternate apocalyptic universe. That's why it's called Reign of Apocalypse, some alternate dimensions. So yeah, X-Men's a really incredible franchise, actually. I think I'm a big fan of X-Men. I'm a big fan of Marvel in general. It replaced Star Wars as being my number one main big interest. And yeah, and X-Men's an important part of that. I really like X-Men. It's a really good story of prejudice and action and adventure and tells a lot of great stories. And of course, X-Men was created by the great Jack Kirby, an excellent artist and writer. And of course, Stan Lee. I didn't know Stan Lee had his own line of chicken shops, but apparently he does. And so, yeah, this game is a lot of fun. The thing about this game is once you select your character in the game, once you select your character, you can't change characters during the gameplay. I picked who I think would be the best character, and it's of course Wolverine. I just recently learned that Wolverine's mask looks like two Batmen kissing each other in front of Iron Man. If you don't believe me, take a closer look at what Wolverine's mask looks like, and you'll see what I mean. Two Batmen kissing each other in front of Iron Man. But then again, Wolverine was originally intended to be like a Batman-like character. Only I find Wolverine's very different from Batman. I actually read that comic a while ago. It's called X-Men Mutant Genesis, where they introduced new members of the X-Men. So right now we're fighting some fat, blobbery guys. You can see here's some big fat guy. Probably eats at McDonald's every day, so that's probably why he's so fat like that. And of course, he was no match against Wolverine. He didn't even try to fight Wolverine, so you know he'd lose. What's the point in fighting if you know you're going to lose? And this is the end level. People are just mindlessly talking. And some pictures of Professor Xavier in the background, as you might notice, look destroyed. I think this is Xavier's mansion we're in. So yeah, this game is, again, I keep saying, and you get to upgrade your character as well and saves. And the good thing is, this is a 2001 Game Boy Advance game, early Game Boy Advance game. This game actually saves. You can actually save your progress in this game. You don't need to resort to using passwords like what a lot of other games do. You have to enter in passwords. Who wants to deal with passwords? Come on, passwords, really? That's so early. That's so late 80s, early 90s using passwords in a game. These people knew that. The people who made this game knew that. So that's why they didn't give this game passwords. Instead, they gave your Game Boy Advance a battery to save the game with. Which passwords don't really matter much. I'm playing this on emulators, you can probably guess. I guess you use save states. That's what I usually do with games that use passwords. Use save states. This looks like we're in some kind of Iceland, some Arctic ice world kind of place. Where you get to run around some more and fight. See, I picked Wolverine to play as Wolverine. I think Wolverine would be the best character to play as in this game because he is my favorite character from X-Men. He is strong and powerful. He's a good fighter. He's good for taking out these Sentinels. So far, mostly fighting off Sentinels. And I've read a lot of X-Men comics myself, and I've seen all the X-Men movies, and I've read all the comics as well. The movies are really good, and the comics are really good as well. I really like the comics. I read the first issue of X-Men from 1963 a while ago. It was pretty entertaining. Before Wolverine was in the X-Men, it was still the original X-Men. And then I read X-Men First Class, not the movie X-Men First Class, the comic books from 2006, 2007. Those comics are pretty good as well. And then then Wolverine got his own series called the Wolverine comics, and then there are some other X-Men video games that are pretty good. We talked about the arcade X-Men from the 90s, and there's this game which is pretty good. There's also the X2 game, X2 Wolverine's Revenge, the Game Boy Advance version is pretty good, and there's X-Men the official game, which is pretty decent. And then there's X-Men 2, the Clone Wars, which I have a ROM of that on the Sega Genesis, which I will eventually make a video of that when I get good at that game. Well, good God, that game's so hard and so challenging. But I'll get to that eventually. So yeah, I wonder why these Sentinels are out in the Arctic. Who could be hiding in the Arctic or the winter time out in the snow? People don't really hide in the snow. No one likes the snow, unless you're a polar bear or a penguin or something like that. Then you might want to hide out in the snow. And a helicopter appears to have crashed out in here too. Wonder why that is. Is it like in that movie The Day After Tomorrow where helicopters crash in northern Scotland where it gets too icy out for anyone to live? But again, this is a post-apocalyptic world, so imagine a post-apocalyptic world, a world ruled by apocalypse, probably would be all icy in a lot of places. And this game's definitely better than the movie X-Men Apocalypse, that's for sure. That movie sucked. X-Men Apocalypse sucked. I didn't like that movie very much. It was kind of dull and I didn't like the story very much in that. X-Men First Class and X-Men Days of Future Past, those two movies were a lot better. And X-Men Days of Future Past, the one that dealt with Sentinels, took a long time before we got a story, an X-Men movie about Sentinels. Yeah, imagine getting a job being a Sentinel or getting a job involved in killing off mutants. I wonder what it would be like. I wonder if that's a good paying job. Then again, you're probably going to get killed by mutants, especially Magneto and his men, if you get a job doing that. So that's probably not a good... It's a government job. It probably pays very well, too. A lot of government jobs pay very well, so... Yeah, I imagine that would be a good job to have. And Professor Xavier's telepathically telling you to go when it says... when you kill off all the enemies on the screen. You could jump in this game too and use other mutant powers too. Oh, look at that. It's green Spider-Man. Look, he's white and green. Like, I think that's what I think of that, those enemies. I see those enemies a lot in the game. They come in different colors too. They look like Spider-Man comics. It's like an evil version of Spider-Man. Or Spider-Man, I should say, because there's an army of them. A bunch of these evils. It's like they cloned Spider-Man and made a whole... Imagine that, a whole army of Spider-Man. If they made a whole, like a whole evil army that was just of evil Spider-Man. That's kind of like... the Spider-Man army. Yeah, I wonder if Sony's going to do that eventually. I wonder if Sony... because Sony has this whole thing called the Spider-Man universe. They want to make a whole cinematic universe based on Spider-Man. I wonder if they'll make a movie about that eventually, where there's all these Spider-Man clones, all these different types of Spider-Man that try to rule the world or try to take a role. Some guy cloned Spider-Man. He made an army of evil Spider-Man to rule the world. And who's going to have to stop him? Why? It's probably going to be Venom, of course, because they made the Venom movies, so... That's Sony's logic right there, making a big universe out of Spider-Man. I didn't think they could do it, but apparently they're doing it. They want to rival Marvel's cinematic universe and the X-Men universe, which is owned by 20th Century Fox. So they're coming towards the boss now. See, it's some evil version of some X-Men character. I don't know which X-Men character that is exactly, but I'm sure people in the comments are going to correct me eventually, so you have to keep fighting them off. Again, this is still the earlier part of the game, so that's why the bosses are easy. Just beating the crap out of him. He's barely even scratching me. He's not even... I don't even think he's really trying. He probably just thought, I have to go to work today. I don't really feel like working today, but I still get paid anyways if I come here. Even though I don't fight, I still get paid. So I just still show up, and I'll still get paid, even though I'm not willing to work at all. So it's more useless text, and yeah, that's the end of the second level of the game. Stage clear. Oh, I got a bonus life, too. So yeah, you get to upgrade your character some more. So vitality, strength, mutant power. Upgrade vitality, which is important in that. So yeah, that's the end of this. Ray Phoenix signing out.